Hello, mathematicians. I'm so excited to talk about multiplying and dividing fractions. And I know what you might be thinking right now, which is, oh boy, that sounds scary. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of work, a huge headache. And I'm here to tell you it's actually not that bad. It's even easier than adding and subtracting fractions. I am serious. Let me show you why. So, quick example. Let's say we have 2/5 and we want to multiply it by 3/4. Okay, does that look scary to you? Well, if you are comfortable with your multiplication facts, it's actually super straightforward. Let me tell you why. This is all you're going to do. You are just going to multiply straight across the numerator and denominator. You're going to multiply the denominator here. It's 5 times 4. That equals 20. And guess what? You just do the same thing to the top. You're going to multiply the numerators here. 2 times 3. That is 6. And if you're in the mood to simplify the fraction, well, let's see if we remember how to do that. We've got 6/20. And then what I do is I often just write down the factors that come to my head. For 6, we know it's 1, 6, 2, 3. That's because 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. And then for 20, it is 1, 20, 2, 10, 4, 5. 4 times 5 is 20, 2 times 10 is 20, and 1 times 20 is 20. Did I leave anything out? I don't think so. And so now, let's see. I think 2 are my common factors, my greatest common factors. And so if we wanted to reduce 6/20, if we wanted to, what we would do is we would just divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. Because when we are simplifying, whatever we do to the numerator, we do to the denominator. 6 divided by 2, that equals 3. 20 divided by 2, that equals 10. And so my final answer here is 3/10. I suppose my final answer could also be 6/20, but 3/10 is kind of where I've landed. I don't think that's too bad. Should we do one more example of multiplication of fractions? Why not? Let's say I have 6/7 and I want to multiply that by 2/3. Let's see if you can remember the steps as I talk them out. Well, we multiply the denominator. 7 times 3, that's 21. Now we multiply the numerator. 6 times 2. Let me put an X there. 6 times 2, that is 12. I think this is already reduced. Let me just check by doing a quick factor check. This is how I do my factor checks. 1, 12, 3, 4, 2, 6. Here we've got 1, 21, and 3, and 7. Actually, I think we have 3 as our greatest common factor. So if we want to reduce it, let's divide each of these by 3. 12 divided by 3 equals, why did I write equals twice? Equals 4. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. And the answer is, if it were simplified, the answer is 4/7. That's not so bad, right? Okay, let's get into division. Oh, yeah. Don't get too excited. I'm just kidding. You know I like to be silly, right? So, division, believe it or not, division of fractions is very straightforward as well. Let's say, should I do a different color? Let's do pink. Let's say I have 2/5 and I just want to divide it by 1/3. Now, what does that equal? Let's find out. Now, here's what you're going to do. You take 2/5. Let's keep it as is. And now watch this. You're going to take this division symbol and you are going to convert it to a multiplication symbol because we are actually going to multiply to get the answer. So you change division to multiplication, and then this very important step, what we're going to do is we're going to take the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3/1. Reciprocal. Reciprocal. That is a big word. By reciprocal, really, I mean the flip or the inverse. What did you see with 1/3? What did we do? Well, we moved the 3 up, and then we moved the 1 to the denominator. We flipped it. We flipped their positions. We made the numerator the denominator and the denominator the numerator, and that is called the reciprocal fraction. And so now what we do is we have this new equation, 2/5 times 3/1, which is actually the same as, 3 wholes, but let's just keep it in this format for fun. And now we know what to do. We've learned how to multiply fractions, which we just did. We take 5 times 1, that's 5. We take 2 times 3, that's 6. Our answer is 6/5. 6/5. Not too bad, right? And in another video, we'll do examples of how this kind of gets applied in real life, like situations where you actually would multiply or divide 2/5 by 1/3. And so my answer here is 6/5. Now, what do you notice about 6/5? 6/5 is an improper fraction. Why is it an improper fraction? It is an improper fraction because the numerator or the upstairs is greater than the denominator. Denominator is downstairs. And so if we wanted to, if you know how to do this, maybe you haven't learned to quite yet, if you wanted to, you might already know that 6/5 equals 1 and 1/5. And so our answer is 6/5, also known as 1 and 1/5. Are we having fun yet? I am. I hope you are. Anyway, let's just do one more example of dividing fractions. Let's do, how about 2/3 divided by 1/2? What does it equal? Well, let's go through our steps. First, we are going to, always keep the first fraction the same. The next step is we're going to change the division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and then we take the reciprocal of the second fraction, and 1/2 becomes 2/1. Now we just multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 2 is 4. Oh, we have another improper fraction. I happen to know that that's 1 and 1/3. There is our answer. And I'll stop right there. Now you have the tools in your toolbox to understand how to multiply and divide fractions. More videos are coming with examples, and I hope you have fun with your own multiplication and division of fractions. Until next time, mathematicians.